Hi everyone, it's Jeanne from Makers Unify. We decided to tear down our pool and turn it into a fire pit. We weren't using the pool as much as we had in the past, and the liner was ripping, so here we are just cutting it apart and tearing it all down. Since when we installed the pool, we had to level it out for the pool. We still had to do some more leveling, bringing in some more sand and packing it in. So my husband worked on this along with our friend Tim, and it took them probably around 10 days to complete it. We ordered the brick from Menards. They had the best prices, and we originally were going to go with a 2 brick height, but decided to do 3. I didn't get much video of the guys working on it, but this is the finished retaining wall and the fire pit in the middle. And then this is the truck dropping off the topsoil to fill up the retaining walls. Calculated I needed around 7 yards of topsoil, which came out pretty exact. And then I did end up amending the topsoil with compost from my compost bin. So my husband's in the background there. This is our friend Tim in the front, dumping in the topsoil. The placement of the plants. I went to our local gardening center, Jusco's in Richmond, that I love going to. They have great quality plants, so I'm placing them around, see where I wanted them. And this is one of the holes I dug for our evergreens. We have 2 different evergreens that I placed. These 2 in the back are arboretums, I believe they're called, and then like a bushier, shorter evergreen in the front. I did end up mulching everything pretty good with about 2 inches of mulch all the way around to try and keep the weeds out. I still have weeds. I think it's from my compost, to be honest. I was looking around for Adirondack chairs, and they're pretty expensive. You can buy the plastic ones for around $25 to $30, but my brother-in-law and sister-in-law recently moved into a new house, and the previous owners left them some 5 chairs, actually, and that's exactly how many I needed. So they gave them to us. There were like 3 or 4 different colors. So I picked up midnight blue Rust-Oleum spray paint, and they turned out really good. I did end up putting a clear coat over it also to protect it from the elements. So here's a quick view of my doggy checking out the grass as well as the plants that I put in. I picked up this gazing ball, again at Just Go's. They had a great sale going on the other day for the end of the summer sale. A lot of things are half off. So I pretty much have sort of symmetrical plants. There's 6 on one side and 6 on the other. It is set off a little bit by the firewood box that we have there. We put in this little bistro table for extra setting, I guess you could say. So the wood box was made out of pallets. My husband made that so that we had a particular place to put our wood, so it's not just sitting around on the side on the ground. And here is a nighttime view of our fire pit. We did put up some string lights around it for our daughter's grad party. This is why we got a lot of projects done that we got done. And here's the little fire pit. We've used it several times so far, and we just love it. So our next project is straightening out the garage and painting it. I'm not going to bore you with the cleaning out process, but I will show you a little bit of the painting process. We decided to go with this blue. We thought it was going to be more of a blue-gray, but turned out nice just the same. And don't you wish you could paint this fast? That would be awesome. I don't mind painting. The rolling part goes by fast. It's all the trim work that takes a long time, and we had some molding that I had to paint over at least 3 or 4 times because the wood was kind of old, and it absorbed a lot of the paint. So here's the one wall done, and I have the back side to go yet, as well as all the trim work. Then we'll have to kind of shove everything over as we're painting, trying to get the ceiling done too. There's several cracks in the ceiling that we have to take care of. There's one patch there that my husband did, and for some reason they didn't paint in that white spot when they originally painted the house. I think the garage door was up and they didn't feel like taking it down. On here I took the cabinets that were in there in the garage, and I am going to sand them down a little bit and paint those white. And for whatever reason I have no footage of me painting them, but you know how to paint, so I'm not going to bore you with that. And then here's the final project. All the walls are painted, the ceiling's been patched and painted, trim work painted. You can see the cabinets in the back. The bench in the middle is actually a bookcase. I just turned it on its side. And there's our beer fridge with all the beer stickers on it. My potting table I'm probably going to move to the other side again. And hopefully we can park in it soon. So here's the ceiling, turned out really good. And just really happy with how this turned out. Nice and clean, and hopefully we'll keep it that way. So the next project is we're going to have some cement work done. We're going to add 3 feet to each side of the driveway, as well as put in a front walkway. When we moved in the house, there was never a front walkway put in. So here's the front of the house, and small front porch, and we're going to have it wrap around the front. This is a part or side of the garage, and go into the driveway side, and it's going to go together with the 3 feet that we're having put on the other side, and you'll see this in the other video. So here's the guys coming in with their machinery and make it look really easy. They got done really quick. They did an awesome job. So here they dug all this out, they're just leveling it down, and then they're going to start pouring the cement. I didn't want to bother them too much, but there they are in the front there pouring the cement, and this is how it's going to wrap around. So this is when it's done. It's called aggregate, and so what they do is they spray it on top, and then they come in the next day and power wash it, and this is what it looks like. And then he came in and stained it, so the edging is stained like a black, and the middle is stained a gray, and then it's all coated, it's all sealed. So it looks beautiful and shiny and new. So this is the finished product. I'm going to have to obviously do some gardening in front here. We're going to put the same retaining wall brick that we put along the fire pit in the front here. Have to put some seeds in for grass. And again, we're really happy with how this turned out. And like I said, a lot of these projects came along because we were having my daughter's grad party, and we just wanted to spruce up the outside of the house and get things done that we meant to do in the last 3 years. So here's the other side piece. So it's nice, we won't be driving on the grass anymore. So now the next part is we're having some gravel put in. The driveway is full of potholes, so they're gonna level that out and put some new, I think it's like a limestone gravel. We're going to extend the parking so that we can have more room for parking, and I don't have to be the one that has to park in the mud in the springtime because I have 4-wheel drive on the truck. And on the sides of the barn here, we're going to extend it on the left and on the right so that we have more room for the boat and the camper. So here they are dropping off the gravel. I honestly don't know how much they brought in. They also use this gravel they gave us. We had some extra brought in for the fire pit, so that's what's around the fire pit. So here it is all done. We have the caution tape up because we have to figure out if we're going to put something around the extra parking areas. I think we're just going to backfill it in with some dirt. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how I made a chandelier out of hula hoops and some fairy lights and some flowers. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe and like. Thank you. and have a DIY day.